This is going to be a very short tutorial on how to draw shadows in elevation. So I'm starting here. I'm showing the sun path chart with the overheated times and the comfort times mapped on it. And I'm showing a shading mask for a shading device that I've been designing. So the first thing we want to do is select a couple of sun positions to draw the shadows of in our elevation. So I've selected two here, one of them inside of the shading mask and one of them outside of the shading mask, so that I can compare and confirm that the higher altitude sun is indeed being shaded. Notice here that the green, I'm showing the cone of yes. So I have selected these two sun positions within that cone of yes because I'm going to be drawing sections through this building basically at the due south line. And so I want to make sure that any altitude angles that I would draw in that section won't be too distorted. So I want to stay within that cone of yes. So quickly, let's just figure out our altitude angle for both of these sun positions is the same. It's here, and so that is 20 degrees east of south. I would like to determine my altitude angle. If I follow this curve, I get a 60-degree altitude and a 30-degree altitude. I'm just going to summarize that really quickly. So for this kind of summary sun, my azimuth is 20 degrees east of south, and my altitude is 60 degrees. And here I have the same azimuth, east of south, and an altitude of 30 degrees. Okay, moving on then. So previously you guys have drawn shadows in plan where there was something, if this is the ground line, there is some kind of vertical form, a building or a piece of furniture or a tree or something like that that has height above the ground plane. And we determined the sun position and the altitude angle of the sun. And using that geometry, we were able to determine the length of this shadow cast by this object on the ground. So that's what I'm calling here the length on the ground. We solved for that dimension, and we came up with length on the ground equals h over tangent of the altitude angle. So just a reminder, this was our altitude. What we're doing this time is, again, we're going to use the sun's altitude, which is its angle above the horizon. So here's our altitude angle. But now we want to figure out the shadow length on a wall. So length on a wall. And this time we have a horizontal projection with a particular depth, and the depth of that projection coupled with the sun angle gives us the length of the shadow on the wall. So in this case, we'll solve for the length of the wall, the depth of the shading device, and then tangent of the altitude. And notice here that this angle, the altitude angle there, is equivalent to this angle, which is also our altitude. So we can simply use the altitude and solve for the length on the wall. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you guys can just kind of take it from there, but I'll just show you a couple more steps. So if I have a plan and an elevation drawing, here's my plan, and this is my south elevation. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is actually draw the azimuth in plan so that I can see where this edge, basically the shadow of this edge, would occur. in the plan drawing. If you remember, the azimuth angle was 20 degrees east of south. I'm going to approximate that. It's about like this. It's a crooked line. So this is about 20 degrees. And if I did the same thing and drew that same 20-degree line from the opposite corner, I would see that in this case the shadow goes beyond the edge of the wall, and so I won't really see that the shadow ending over on that side. So here, if I take this point and I carry that down as a straight line into my elevation drawing, I know that the corner point shadow of this location is going to fall on this line here. This is 18 inches. So I'm going to say 18 inches equals tangent, and the altitude angle was 60 degrees. And if I solve for that, I get 31 inches and some change, but we'll just leave it at 31 inches. So that's my LW. So I would measure down. So here this would be 31 inches. Carry that across. And then I could basically start connecting the dots. So my shadow is going to go from there to there to there. So if we fill this in, you'll see the resulting summer shadow, which hopefully, if you've done a good job designing your shading devices, would cover the entire window. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then if we compare that, that's my son clapping, he's watching this demonstration. Okay, so if we compare that to the winter shadow, we would do the same thing. LW equals 18, but this time our altitude is 30. If we solve for that, we get a LW of 10.4. Thank you. Which is here. So if I again had my intersecting line, I would carry that over the 10.4. Now connect these corners together. And I would get the winter shadow. If I fill this in, I will get the resulting shadow during the winter time, or late in the year anyway. One other thing to show you is that if you have a section, in this case this is a section cut along this north-south axes, so I could also just draw my triangles where this is a 30-degree altitude. So this is my 30, this is my 60. I could also just draw those sun positions on the section, and then I can carry the lines across. So in this case, I would carry this low angle across. Switch it a little bit. So that would give me my winter sun, my winter shadow. Carry this across, see where those two meet, connect the dots, and this would give me that would give me the summer shadow. So that's how you can do it, and you could do the same for these other shapes, basically any shape. So I could do the same with the roof by taking those angles and carrying it across, or any other forms that I needed to do.